voters have been outspoken about the importance of inflation and economy.
Yeah.
What do you intend to do?
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely the number one issue I hear about, including this morning. People are really hurting because they just don't have the buying power that they want in their pocket. There's three things, right? If there was a silver bullet to fix inflation overnight, it would have been fired, right? There's not. And so the three things that I focus on were, one, bringing supply chains home for good jobs, right? We want better jobs, better benefits so people can afford the things they want in life. Number two, you got to attack the big things that are burning a hole in people's wallets, big bills, healthcare, prescription drugs, housing, childcare. And then lastly, you need a tax policy that keeps more money in your pocket, right? And to me, this is about, when you send someone to Washington, and next year is actually going to be a big negotiation on tax policy, on taxes. Do you want someone who's there supporting the middle class, making sure we're not going to add any taxes to someone who's in the middle class, versus someone who has voted over and over again against tax cuts to the middle class and for tax cuts for the ultra wealthy?
Okay. You support EV technology, but you don't insist on people driving EVs. No. Do you see a day where gas-powered vehicles just won't be on the road anymore?
No. I mean, I think it's going to be an all of the above approach. You want to drive a combustion engine as I do. I live on a dirt road on my family farm. I'm not near a charger. So I'm just for the foreseeable future, I can't imagine getting an EV. You want to drive a hybrid? Drive a hybrid.
Would you install a charger in your home?
I just don't have, I have an old home. It's an old farm. So I can't even, I'm worried about when I plug the coffee maker in with the toaster. Like I'm just, the wiring wise, I don't think so. But I also think just the range, right? I think we're still working on issues of range for an EV. You want to be able to drive up north.
So it's more about you want
choice.
And when you want the workers, you believe that EV jobs are up for grabs and you want them to be built here.
So I don't care what you drive, but I want to make the next generation of vehicles, period. And I want to make them in Michigan. And I don't understand this idea that we're just going to cede that generation of vehicles to the Chinese. Right now, the Chinese are literally eating our lunch in places like Europe, Mexico, South America. I refuse to believe that we just shouldn't be making these cars and letting China dominate this next generation. And Michigan has a lot of experience with this, of missing things, right? When in the 70s and 80s, we all our parents drove big cars, and these fuel efficient cars from Japan and Korea came in, and we poo-pooed them. We said, this isn't a real thing. No one wants that. And then they ate our lunch, and we've actually never recovered in that market. So I don't care what you drive, but I want to make the next generation here.
Okay. Let's talk about what's going on internationally. With the United States continuing to support Israel and to support Ukraine, do you want to see more money given to those countries to defend themselves?
Well, look, I mean, I think in international security, I mean, this is my background, right? I'm a former CIA officer, Pentagon official. I did 3 tours in Iraq, so I think about these things a lot. I think I would rather have, in the case of Ukraine, I would rather have a strong American role in the world than cede that role to Russia or to China. And I believe that Russia invaded Ukraine. First time an autocratic country has invaded a democracy since World War II. And so we should give them the tools to defend themselves. And either we're going to pay now or pay later, because Putin's going to keep going. He's not going to stop at Ukraine unless the Ukrainians stop him.
And in Israel?
And Israel, I think the Middle East has been a deeply complicated issue for a long time. Every country in the world, including Israel, has the right to safety and security. And if someone attacks them, they have a right to go after the perpetrators of that attack, whether that's a Hamas terrorist or that's Iran now shooting ballistic missiles. It's the way they go about that that's important, the way they carry out that military campaign. And that's where you see, with the humanitarian situation, you see a lot of pain here in the Detroit area because people on both sides of this conflict feel like their voices aren't heard.
We'll talk about women's rights. You're an advocate for women's rights. What do you intend to do on that front if elected?
I mean, Michigan did its job, right? After Roe v. Wade was overturned, Michigan got our act together and we voted for Proposition 3. But at any time, a national ban, a partial ban can be done at the national level, at the federal level, and undo everything that Michigan did. And every single month there's some sort of attack on IVF, on contraception, on travel, on the medication for abortion. The other side has not stopped attacking a woman's right to choose and to make her own decisions on health care. So if the bill to codify Roe v. Wade at the federal level came in front of the Senate, I would definitely vote for it. I would vote to protect IVF and contraception, and I've been that way. There's no change in my position, and that's very different from in this race. Myself and Mr. Rogers have a very different approach to this issue.
In terms of immigration, you and others agree that there's a problem at the border,
Yeah.
but how to fix it is where the differences lie. What do you want to see done?
Yeah. Well, look, our entire immigration system is broken. It's not working for anyone. And what you see at the southern border is a symptom of that problem. And no one is proud of what's going on at the southern border. So I spent my whole life in national security protecting the homeland. That was my job. Every country has the right to know who's coming in its borders, and we're a border state. So we know what a healthy border looks like. To me, we need to make it easier to come here in vetted legal immigration channels than to just walk over the border and do it by walking 1,000 miles and coming up through our state. Congress was negotiating one of those deals. We were literally Democrats and Republicans doing what I think people want them to do, sitting in a room, negotiating, hammering it out, no press in there. And that was stopped for political reasons. Mr. Trump said he doesn't want to talk about it. Mr. Rogers says, please don't talk about it. I'm trying to get elected. If I had gone at the Pentagon when I was there, if I had said this is a problem, a national security problem, but I don't want to do anything to solve it for political reasons, I'd be fired.
We all agree mass shootings are a problem in this country. We've had Oxford, Michigan State, and Rochester Hills.
Yeah.
What do you intend to do to address that?
Yeah. Well, look, first we got to acknowledge that we have a problem. Number one killer of children under 21 in America is gun violence in our communities, in our schools, by suicide and by accident. So we got to address the problem. Again, it shouldn't be political to go after the number one killer of children. In Michigan, we passed very reasonable laws. I'm the co-sponsor of similar laws at the federal level. Safe storage, right? You got a weapon and you have a child under 18 in your home, you have to lock up that weapon. And if the child uses it to commit a crime, like murdering his classmates, then you, the parents, should be held accountable, just like what we saw in Oxford. We broke kind of legal news in Oxford. I'm the sponsor of that legislation. Background checks, no matter how you're buying a gun. You want to buy a gun at a gun show, you want to buy a gun on the internet, background check. And then making sure we can go in when there's someone having a mental break, having a real problem, and there's a court that says this person is trying to harm themselves or others, then removing weapons from the home. It's exactly what we put in place in Michigan, and I think we need to do that absolutely at the federal level.
You've been publicly questioned about non-disclosure agreements in relation to Chinese companies. What do you want to say to that effect?
Yeah, I mean, look, and there's attack ads on every day. Let me just say very, very clearly, I have never signed an NDA with a Chinese company, a Chinese entity. I would never do that, and I have not done it. That is just a straight up lie, and I'm sorry that my opponent and others keep lying about that. It is just factually not true. Detroit News, Free Press, everyone else has said it's not true. And in fact, I've gone further and put a bill together with Republicans that would ban China from buying manufacturing facilities in the United States, ban them from buying farmland in the United States, meat processing centers in the United States. So to me, again, as a national security person, this one's an easy one. And I'm just sorry that in the middle of an election year, there's just straight up lies that keep getting thrown over and over again.
One last thing, in terms of election integrity, some people are not sure if the election will be fair, if there will be any cheating going on, anything like that. How do you view it? I mean, in terms of election integrity, do you feel that our election is secure this time, and will you accept all the results?
Certainly in Michigan, I feel confident. We have a strong Secretary of State. We have strong clerks, both Democrat and Republican elected clerks, that have shown time and time again that they follow the rules, they step up. Unfortunately, leaders have spread misinformation and disinformation. It is very clear that the other side, Mr. Rogers in particular, have laid out the predicate that if they don't win, there's been cheating, right? And we've seen this movie before. And all I can tell you is that believe in the democratic process and our clerks, believe in procedures, educate yourself before you get on the bandwagon of saying that something isn't right here, because we have strong checks and balances in our system.
Anything else you want to tell people about yourself, just to kind of a snapshot of who you are? It doesn't have to necessarily center around politics, but just who you are.
I mean, I think for me, one of the things that excites me about being a senator is I'll be the youngest Democratic woman in the Senate, the second youngest woman in the Senate. And I just really feel we need a different generation that thinks differently, that works harder, that approaches problems differently. And for me, that means the approach to the job, but it also means understanding that whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you represent the entire state. I am a Democrat who represents a Trump-leaning district. And so I understand that no matter whether someone votes for me or not, I have a responsibility to represent them, to fight for them, to work on their behalf. And that to me is a different approach to the job.
What makes you optimistic looking ahead?
What makes me optimistic is that despite the craziness that goes on in Washington, Michiganders are still practical, reasonable people who just believe that we should be adults and solve our problems in a civil way. Very extremes on the right and the left make a lot of noise, make a lot of threats, but the average Michigander is still that Michigander we all grew up with, who believes that their government is best when we push and pull and have two healthy parties that debate the role of government in our lives, but that do so in a respectful manner. And that gives me faith every day.